The Huskies are coming off an important weekend split against Duluth as they're back at the Brooks Center this weekend after nearly a month away from home. Hello and welcome to another week of the St. Cloud State Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. I'm your host, Taylor Budge. Now the Huskies were able to skate away with 3 conference points in the NCHC after the weekend split against the 6th nationally ranked Bulldogs. Friday night, the Huskies looked to get the rust off from having the prior week off as Blake Winecki and Joey Bennick would find the back of the net for the Cardinal and Black, but it wouldn't be enough as they would fall to the Bulldogs 4-2 on Friday night. Saturday was a different story though for St. Cloud State as David Morley's back-to-back goals got the Huskies on the board first, but not until the second half of the game. Patrick Russell would pick up his 9th goal of the season off the power play, and Eggs Benny would seal the deal with the empty netter as the Huskies would split the series after the 4-1 win on Saturday. After assisting to 2 goals on Friday night as well as scoring a pair of his own on Saturday, including the game winner, it would lead to David Morley being recognized as this week's NCHC Offensive Player of the Week. In addition to his 4 points on the weekend, Morley's 2 shots on goal would lead to goals to go along with his +2 player rating. Morley's been hot as of late, having 11 points in his last 6 games, consisting of 6 goals and 5 assists. He also sits 3rd in total points this season for the Huskies with 22.
Just to kind of get a little award like that, I think it's really just indicative of kind of how the line's been working. The 3 of us, me, Benny, and Russell, have really been clicking lately. They've been doing just as well, and they're really making me look quite good. So. Yeah, they've done a great job helping me on the ice out there, and as a line, I think we've really done well. So, yeah, it's a nice thing.
Another very intense weekend within the NCHC as 3 teams now sit on top of the conference. North Dakota, Miami, and Omaha all sit with 35 points. After the split against Duluth, St. Cloud State still sits in 6th, this time with 25 points as they look to gain home ice advantage in the first round of the NCHC playoffs, which are coming up in 4 short weeks. The Huskies are back at the Brooks Center this weekend as they host the 5th nationally ranked Mavericks of Omaha. This is the 2nd time this season that these 2 teams have faced off. The Huskies and Mavericks matched up back in December out in Omaha, with the Mavericks sweeping the series after 3-2 and 5-3 victories. Omaha is coming off a split against Western Michigan, losing Friday 2-1 and coming back with a victory of 3-1 on Saturday. The Mavericks offense this season has been led by their offensive threat Austin Ortega. He currently leads the team this season with 30 points. Ortega is also 1st in the nation with 10 game-winning goals, while he is also tied for 4th in the nation with 7 power play goals, 3 behind Johnny Brodzinski. If those stats don't prove of how big of a threat Ortega is, he's also ranked 2nd in the NCHC in both goals and total points. Ortega isn't the only Maverick to keep an eye on, as sophomore Jake Gensel is close behind with 27 points. Gensel has 4 points in his last 3 games and is coming off a weekend where he had a goal and an assist against the Broncos. Wrapping up the Mavericks' triple threat offense is Jake Randolph. He has a team-high 18 assists, which also puts him at 4th best in the NCHC. Randolph also had a successful weekend against the Huskies back in December, having 1 goal and 3 assists in the weekend sweep. The Huskies are still looking to find the key to consistency as they only have 2 sweeps on the season. The Huskies' NCAA playoff hopes are starting to look more in their future though as they continue to jump up in the pairwise, now being ranked 19th overall. A big factor in that has come from the Huskies' offense over the past 6 games. Joey Bennick has led St. Cloud State in the past 3 series, having 12 points in the last 6 games. He's coming off a 3-point weekend against the Bulldogs, consisting of a pair of goals and an assist. Freshman Patrick Russell has also been one of the sparks in the Huskies' offense, scoring 5 goals in the past 6 games. Russell ranks 14th among all rookies in Division I with points per game, as well as tied for 9th with 6 power play goals and sits 4th in team points. And you can't forget about David Morley. Morley's also sitting on a 6-game point streak consisting of an amazing 6 goals and 5 assists. The Huskies are also a perfect 8-0 on the season when Morley finds the back of the net. The Huskies continue to sit steady in the NCAA with their 6th-ranked power play, which continues to be led by Johnny Brodzinski. Brodzy sits with the nation's best 10 power play goals this season, while also sitting 1st in the NCHC in goals and 11th in the nation for points per game. Taking a look at the goalie previews of this series, one of the keys to Omaha's success this season has come from in between the pipes. Ryan Mass has been nothing short of spectacular this season. The senior goaltender sits 5th in the nation with his .935 save percentage. Massa also sits 4th in the NCHC in wins and 3rd with his 2.04 goals against average. And for the Huskies, sophomore Charlie Lindgren is coming off a weekend split where he gave up 5 goals on 56 Bulldog shot attempts. Lindgren currently sits with a .915 save percentage on the season to go along with his 12-13-1 record. The St. Cloud State women's hockey team will also be in action this weekend as they're on the road to close out their regular season against the University of Wisconsin. While the men's team will be back here at the Brooks Center taking on Omaha. Puck drop for Friday's game is set for 7:37, and fans, it's also a red out, so be sure to come dressed in all of your Husky red. If you aren't able to make it down to the game, be sure to tune in to the Husky Productions pregame show starting at 7 o'clock on the St. Cloud State Sports Network. Saturday's game is set to start at 7:07. If you aren't able to make it down to that, be sure to catch the game on Fox Sports North. Tickets are still available for this weekend series and all St. Cloud State events. You can purchase those 24 hours a day by visiting SCSUtickets.com. And fans, be sure to go out and vote for St. Cloud State's Johnny Brodzinski for the 2015 Hobie Baker Award. You can cast your vote daily by visiting HobieBaker.com. That wraps up this week's edition of the St. Cloud State Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. I'm Taylor Budge, and we'll catch you next week for the North Dakota Preview.